it's me. Brainstorming. Well, I'm at the end of my journey. I am researching words about our unified judicial system. Excuse my speaking English is not my primary language, but I'm working on it. I am $99,000 in financial aid. Yeah, I got my degree. I'm trying to use them, but I'm researching this district, which I live in Mobile, Alabama, the heart of Dixie. You know, we're by the Mason-Dixie line, but we are the true north. We are the first area, which is the federal district, where the Revolutionary War began. But the presidential candidacy went down here. You know, down here, Abraham Lincoln was our president. And Harriet Tubman there stayed here. So everything started here, and we went up after the Revolutionary War. So right now, these lands are my land, and this land is your land, my mother's land. You know, so let's truth be told, you know, and I'm proud to do it. You know, I'm not Abraham Lincoln, or I'm not Martin Luther King, or Albert Einstein. You know, I could be killed for this, but I'm grateful, you know. Because family is supposed to be my family lineage. But back to the topic. This is true north. So, I'm pondering, why is our judicial system unified? As you look at the seal, and I was looking at the seal, it starts with Alabama, then we have, we have Mississippi, we have, I think Tennessee is top, and we have Georgia, all backwards. But these 5 territories were unified. I've been doing this a while, and I didn't really end. I'm just pondering, and I'm going off the top of my head. We're unified because we are the 15th colony. Yes, we are. Just basically the southern, deep part of the southern region. Now, it was 13 colonies. Now, it makes you think, how did it become 13 colonies? I like to write a post and give me the facts. These are not facts I'm brainstorming, but I'm kind of hitting it close. Now, I love movies. Let's go back to the book of Negro. Okay. And we're going to talk about slavery, you know. Because that's where I'm black. I'm considered like African American. Let's put race in here for a minute. That's white. Just light skin, color part. And I like to think that the mulattoes or the Creoles, you know, the squatters, the lower part, some people don't call white trash, the mixed race, you know, because if it wasn't for them, our black African Americans would be on the spectrum. So I like to clear the air. Thank you. So it's being colored. Black is hard to do. But let's go back to the book of Negro. The book of Negro, slavery was dead. Germans were slaves. Every nationality has slaves. Same passage as slaves. Like my grandma said, you can't beat them, join them. You know? Find a way. Get in where you fit in just to live. You know? So, slavery was just a dead. And those are the white people, I believe. White is an attitude supreme. Nobody is. If you get your blood, your DNA test, nobody is going right. They're all dead. So, taking it back, it took the ship all the way to Africa. That was a long journey. Maybe months, maybe 12 months, 9 months. when they got there, I'm just in my head, I'm writing home, say it was like, let's say it was 3 ships. But we can say 2, either way. When they get there, they bundle, and they were some Africans, and they were like, well, get that tribe. I was tribe superior, get that tribe. So they helped, and it might be me. I don't know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to do when I come to under the gun, I'm like, so when they get slaves on the ship, doing their ritual, their religion, they worship the universe. They worship their ancestors. They really started the universe along, and that's what they worship. So they would jump on the ship. They believed in reincarnation. They knew I can die and come back. So as they were jumping the ship, because the voyage was so long, and our great creator, he's on the storm. So the voyage was so long. How they were foraging the prisoners of war was bad. They were defecating on each other. Women's cycles, they were on each other. They were dying. They caught disease. They were sick. So when that storm came, we're gonna thank the great creator. They had to split up those ships. So the ship, one of the ships, and take you back to the movie route. One of the ships went to the UK. One of the ships went down to South America. And they remind me of the movie El Blanco in Blanco. I can't pronounce the word. With Nicolas. So when they went to UK, take you back to the movie route. That's a visual. And he's looking back. The UK really, they were nice. And they really, after the slaves were stolen, because the captain, they had to dock right there because they couldn't make it all the way back. I guess I'm going to say over here to us, North America. So they started there. Or maybe that's where they're supposed to have gone. And they didn't like it, So, bring it back to the movie Roots. They had a dock there because the ship was going under. They stayed there for maybe, I don't know, an amount of time to get enough revenue, especially the captain, to report back. So once they tried to steal their slaves back, I'm going to say that's treason to me. Once they stole their slaves back, that's what started the war. So they took the slaves, and that's when they got, and they came over here to North America. I think that's what started the European exploitation. That's what started them. They were hunting and looking for their help. Because it's written in the Bible. It's not the point of having slaves. It's the point of how you treat them. You should treat everyone the same. Just like Martin Luther King said, if you're going to be a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper you can be. That's why some slaves enjoyed what they did. That was part of their mission. They found out why they're here. Their purpose. It's just the point of the mistreating. It's hard. That's the thing. How you treat them. It's just not about slavery. It's about how you treat a person, a human being. No matter what color, or how you treat it. That's why some slaves enjoy it. So back to the point. When the captives, after a while, when they got there and they got home to the UK, then they said, let's take our slaves. These are our property. Let's take them. When they took them, that's what was given. Okay. So, I'm looking at my time. We're going to stop there. I'm back. Brainstormed again. So, once the captives from dominant the UK, they built up enough revenue to say, hey, let's get our property from the UK, let's go back home, So, maybe, so when they left, it makes you think. Because over here in these lands, right now they're called North America, South America. So in these territories, these are the Native Americans. It was already white over here. The Native Americans. In my family lineage, I have the Creek. They separated at a Civil War, and we have the Seminoles, If you look up tribes, it's not. It used to be just 5 recognized tribes. It's a yeah. So these were the lands here. So once the UK, their slaves were stolen and taken by the traditional captives. You know, once they were able to leave and they got their ships together, and they left. And then, like I said, it was let's say two ships. One ship went to the UK, and one ship that went down to South America. Like I said, the movie Obama. Now, in South America, that's when Harriet Tubman came, the Underground Railroad, because they realized the next continent or the next island at the time, because it was a shift in the earth, they slaves were free. While we can't, so they started to leave. So Harriet Tubman led the Underground Railroad, and they led up to in the area of Louisiana. And so when Harriet Tubman, I believe Harriet Tubman, they were first. They started their own colonization down here. And I'm not gonna say because it was black and white. It was a lot of people. They were called the Quakers right now, but they helped with the if you watch some more movies, they helped with it. It was just it's not a black and white, it was just a right and wrong thing. Right now it's back to a black and white thing. And you can make it a right and wrong. So as they took their slaves to the UK, they support the war. The UK came and they went to the Spanish. Y'all hear us? No. So the UK went on up to North America. When they went there, because they treated the slaves there. Right now, the UK has slavery, no slave law. They can't claim slavery. So they went up there to the North America. Those were the Europeans that helped in Thanksgiving with the Pilgrims and the Indians. We had good Europeans. So when they came, they helped the Native Americans colonize for the 13th colony. Separate their tribes, because some of the Indians, and it was all about, I believe right here when the Indians were here, the Arabs, that's what started Arabs, the separation, the great difference, the nationalities and the colors. So when the Europeans came, some of them were good. They came, remind me of the movie Colonies. They came and they helped colonize. Okay? So after that, I'm going to say, maybe it was the Spaniards. Let's think. I think it was the Spaniards first. I'm going to say when Harriet Tubman came first, before the UK grabbed their slaves, that great Bacon Root, and came back over here. So Harriet Tubman came first, and that's what you ever heard of Black Wall Street. They came into the southern part of Louisiana, Texas, and they got there. I think New Orleans, that was the first time, and they came to meet this was called the Creole. I forgot the movie I watched about that. And they started down there with the parishes and the townships, they called the mixed breed, the mutt. They started their own, they didn't fit in with the superiors and the other levels of classes. So they helped. So some of the Europeans came over here. That's why they say Christmas Columbus did not discover America, Maybe they came to look for their slaves. So the good Europeans helped colonize them. So at that time, I don't want to say the Spaniards started. I'm rambling, but I got to put it together. After the Spaniards started, and they helped colonize as well. So it takes you back by law of the fundamental order. Yes, the fundamental order. So down here in Alabama, this ain't really your land. We go by a lot of laws. We started off, when you keep digging, if you ever heard of the keep digging, you're going to end up in Africa, China. We were Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Delaware, maybe Connecticut, Illinois, New Jersey, I might be missing someone, but we were there, So what makes Alabama so fortunate and unified in jurisdiction principles which we have the right to, which could be included the other states, that was left out, like Mississippi. So Louisiana is the capital of the Mississippi, Georgia, because half of Georgia was part of the 13 colonies. If you look at a map, it was half. That was the proclamation line. So when it was a war, and that was the Great War of the Spanish and American War, because the Spanish had the part of Florida. That's why they called it. It was Mexico, which is South America, and we were New. That's why Spanish is so prominent in our system. Everywhere you look, they have to switch it. It's shocking. So during that war of the Americans and Spanish War, of course, the American colonies won, and it split Florida into West Florida, which we are now, from the bottom part of Florida, which I came from Baldwin County area, all the way over to the bottom part of Mississippi, which started at Louisiana. You call it annexed, but we are West Florida. And bottom part on Miami, Tampa, over there, that's East Florida. So that makes East Florida the 14th colony, and West Florida, which is us here, the 15th colony. So that's why we have the privilege to be unified, because we didn't leave the person behind. Now the question is, who started the unification of the judiciary system? That's what makes it a black and white. Yeah. I can bring that back. I'm trying to find it because I read it's called the Hunter's Laws. See, the freedmen, that's all covered. The freedmen, after the Emancipation Proclamation, that did not get along because the UK sent some representatives over here to colonize us, to help us with ideas. It takes a village to raise a person. Brainstorming together to come up with great ideas, unifying. But as some people, the devil will tempt you. Over here they got superior. Well, this our land, and this our. They got the wrong whispers in their ear. The council start getting in their ear. They're near this, and we can overtake them. They're dumb people anyway. They need our ideas. No. Most Native Americans are about people. Arabs are about people. That's the garden. Peace. When you get arrogant and boastful, that's right. Supreme. See, that's the temptation of the devil. The devil will tempt all of us. Well, who is that? So the fundamental order became the people that would not. And they had a chance to separate and become free. That's a free people. All colors of the rainbow. And they believed in justice, unification, the commonwealth of the nation, the welfare of the free people. That's the people that started the unification of this jurisdiction. So right now, we got to let our pride and arrogance, no matter what. Go look up your family names with your ancestors. It's easy. The heart of God. That's what makes Alabama stand. Once we accept unification, that's the glory, the love, not hate. The battle is not. So, speaking of the unification judicial system, which our judicial system is the 13th Circuit Unified Judicial System. So it makes me think. I'm not saying black, I'm going to say the odd bunch was already kicked out. They didn't accept their law, so they weren't free. And they started the unified judicial system, making us the 13th. That's why it's the 13th. So we can now either accept being annexed, Florida being annexed, and West Florida, Because on the top of our rules and our outlines, before we start digging deeper, is our capital system. Or we can accept our 13th judicial system, and that leaves Mississippi being the 14th, and then Louisiana being the 15th. Or am I backwards? So, it's so confusing. The question is that I still haven't really pondered on is what makes us the 13th judicial system. Because if I research, the appeals court, circuit court, it stopped at the 11th, which is Atlanta, the upper part of Atlanta, which is the 13th colony, the end of 13th colony. Yeah, part of Georgia. So, and then it goes to the District of Columbia, which documented, I have to say we were the District of Columbia, led by Anthony Hamilton. Let's say Anthony, Lord have mercy. It's Anthony Hamilton. Anyway, the name's not important, but that's too late. So the District of Columbia, which still will be the Spanish, will be outside the territory. Yeah. So, after our unification of jurisdiction, because it's not a group of people, it's one or two supreme people, and it's hate. Yeah. So, the colonized people, the 13 colonies, and the free people, whom started the fundamental order, whom by law, especially in Mobile, Alabama, our jurisdiction system is led off of the fundamental order constitution, which was the first constitution that speaks about church. But it speaks first of the prosperity, if I'm pronouncing that, church. The Protestants, just the first church. Before the Catholic Church or the Roman Catholic Church, that's how we get our kingdom. In which we still claim, considering ourselves a king. But the ultimate God, as is written in documentation that I have researched, was King George, which is Queen Elizabeth II's father. We made an oath. Oh, there. Now our judges, our unified judges in Alabama, start with the municipal, the circuit, and then the district. But at the bottom line, our title still says the state of Alabama. See, with our jurisdiction, we have to stop. I am your answer to the reason of why you get your hand metaphor out of this. Judgment is on spiritualism, or materialism. I have read some of these sworn oath statements, and they chose to take out the word the Almighty God. Some of them used to say the Almighty God, which is our all praise unto God. So you took what is written and took boastfulness into it, like he didn't. We are God. It's written in Psalm 82. I'm God of God. Where we are, He made us, and that's why we're in the image. When I read that, I'm about God. And it made me judge some of the judges down here. Because land law, when I read it, being a judge, that's all. You have the right to turn the law around or to interpret it in your way by your advocacy. That's a position I would never want to be in. So the unification down here makes you think. When the arrogancy of the 13 colony became the 12 haters, because we turn on each other. So they picked some of the oddballs out of their bunch And they brought their arrogant self down here to make us, this territory, ununified. And made it a black and white. When we turned it into a white and wrong. Yeah. Because I know my grandfather, his name was John Hancock, John Haynes. John, because I've seen a lot of these. Was part government too. And it goes deeper. And we're still to this day hiding these facts because of what? Is it black and white or is it right and wrong? You know? See, God is waiting on us to make it right. Don't wait till He comes and make it right. Because in my belief, I believe we have every reason to unify. Truly. Because we didn't leave the other behind. We worry about the welfare of other states. Let's worry about the welfare of our people, we, the people. Don't make us still prisoners of war and safekeeping of a bill of credit. A true bill or not, because we didn't ask for the authority of the crown. Today is Friday, she has this right to be continued. Okay. The battle is not between that. The battle is admitting your fault, putting down that, and accepting and loving one and the unification of love. Because we have every right to claim Alabama's law. But don't forget, if we accept being the 14th or the 13th colony, I'm grateful, okay? We got to accept our organization is the crown, the people, from the UK. Even though some, they sold us out. We can't let one apple fall